I'm sure we all know vitamin C in relationship to helping with colds and flu and protecting winter ailments like upper respiratory tract infections. But vitamin C is needed for a whole range of other processes and systems in our body. So what I thought I would do today is look at how we need vitamin C and what we need it for as we're going through the perimenopause and menopause. So the first thing is we need to look at what vitamin C does. So it's needed for growth and repair. So if you think about it, in the perimenopause and menopause, there's all these physical changes that are going on. So we are needing lots and lots of vitamin C to help to stabilize our bodies generally. We need vitamin C to make collagen, and collagen is very important for stabilizing and strengthening connective tissue. So that basically means our skin, it helps, vitamin C helps to keep our skin firm. Collagen is also needed, believe it or not, for the joints. So if you're getting joint pain, could just be an indication that you are low in vitamin C. And vitamin C is vital for the integrity of our blood vessels. It keeps them strong. And if you think about it, I'm sure you've all heard of scurvy, which was a disease that sailors used to get when they were at sea for a long time because they ran out of fresh fruits and vegetables. And scurvy basically is where the internal blood vessels are so weak that they just break, and the poor person ended up with a lot of internal bleeding. So really, really important to have vitamin C for your blood vessels. Vitamin C is also needed for wound healing. It's also needed for supporting our immune system. So we know that definitely in the perimenopause and menopause, our immune function can be that little bit weaker, and we can be more vulnerable to winter infections such as colds and flu. So getting adequate vitamin C during the winter is certainly going to be a boost for immune function. We need vitamin C for our gums, and we know definitely that swollen gums, bleeding gums, tooth loss is very common as the estrogen starts to fall. And also vitamin C is needed to keep the teeth going as well. So it's a really important one for oral health. Vitamin C also helps to prevent heart disease. And again, we know that especially post-menopause, women are much more vulnerable for things like heart disease and heart attacks. So again, we need to look at this one too. Vitamin C is also needed for a chemical compound called ATP. And ATP is vital to help with cellular energy. So basically every single cell in our body needs this ATP to keep the cell going. And again, fatigue is really, really common in the perimenopause and menopause. So if you're feeling tired all the time, it could be something as simple as just not getting enough vitamin C in your diet rather than anything else as well. The other thing that vitamin C does is it helps to control and reduce the levels of histamine in our body. And we know that sort of inflammation, hormonal changes can make us produce more histamine. Histamine will lead to things like itchy skin and rashes. So getting extra vitamin C in there can make quite a difference to these kind of allergic reactions as well. So how much vitamin C do you need? Believe it or not, in the UK, it's only 75 milligrams for women. But the RDA is really the level that stops you being ill. So if you had 75 milligrams a day, you're unlikely to get scurvy. But for optimum health, we need an awful lot more vitamin C. And some sources say we need up to maybe 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C on a daily basis. But the important thing here is that we need vitamin C little and often. There are some animals on the planet that can't manufacture vitamin C, which includes us humans, primates, guinea pigs, and fruit bats. For some reason, this group of mammals can't produce vitamin C, whereas dogs and cats and elephants are absolutely fine. So we need to make sure that we are getting enough vitamin C in our diet on a daily basis. So we need to look at how do we do this. So when human beings were sort of developing, when the human race was coming into being, we were hunter-gatherers. And in that situation, we would be eating whenever we had the opportunity, and it would be things like berries and fruits would be a big part of the diet. And these are also the foods that are very high in vitamin C. So our bodies learned to cope with vitamin C little and often. But what has happened now in the modern world, we don't have that drip feed of vitamin C from our food, and we can become deficient very, very quickly. So the best way to get vitamin C is from our food. So we are looking at as much fresh food as we can on a daily basis. It can be your fruits, your berries, your dark green leafy vegetables, sprouted seeds, dark green leafy vegetables. You could be looking at things like your red and yellow peppers, kiwi fruits, oranges, vegetables such as broccolis and peas and papaya. But remember, the minute you cook food, you destroy the vitamin C in it. So it does need to be very much a little bit of these foods at each meal. I do get people asking me, well, I take 1,000 milligram supplement in one day. Isn't that going to be enough? Problem is, because our bodies are used to dealing with vitamin C in little doses, taking one large supplement can be a little bit too much. Vitamin C is water soluble, so all you will do is lose it when you'll lose quite a lot of the dose when you go to the toilet. And too much vitamin C as well because a lot of them contain ascorbic acid, it can actually upset the digestion if yours is a little bit sensitive. So, and again, if you think about it, you will not get any food that has 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C that you could eat in one day. So if you wanted to eat 1,000 milligrams that contained enough vitamin C, you would have to eat 20 oranges at one go. And I don't think anybody could nearly go that far. So if you're doing vitamin C supplementation, try and do little and often if you can. One of the things you can do as well, if you feel that you're kind of struggling, and especially in the winter, raw foods are not particularly appealing, you can look at a good supplement. Please don't get supplements with artificial sweeteners in them, because these basically very often can negate any benefit you're going to get. Maybe try and see if you can get supplements that contain real fruits. We've got our Nature C, which contains natural vitamin C from 6 different types of fruit. Remember too that different foods are different colours, and colours also mean that there are compounds called bioflavonoids present, and each different colour has a different combination of bioflavonoids. And bioflavonoids and vitamin C work synergistically together to give you even better benefits. So the idea of eating a rainbow on a plate on a daily basis is a really, really good idea. If you feel that your immune system is a little bit weak and you're looking for something as a winter supplement, we also have our immune support, which contains a small amount of vitamin C as well. One of the other really interesting things is that if you are craving sweet things, that can be an indication of vitamin C deficiency. Again, going back to hundreds of thousands of years ago, when we were hunter-gatherers, if our blood sugars got a bit low, our body would crave something sweet, and that something sweet would be fruits and berries, and that is where your vitamin C is. So if you're finding today that you're getting the food cravings, maybe try a low dose vitamin C supplement several times a day, and you may find that that sorts it out as well. So I hope you found this one helpful. It really is amazing that, you know, one of the probably the most well-known vitamin that we just tend to take for granted, low levels can have such an impact in the perimenopause and menopause. So hopefully this will just give you that little bit of extra advice to see if you maybe need to up yours a little bit. For any of you that have discovered that you're low in vitamin C, or what have you found has made a big difference in terms of adding vitamin C rich foods into your diet, please share. You know that I love to read all your stories. Have a lovely week, and I will see you soon.